Hello, and welcome to Nerds and Stuff. My name is Martin Baker, and tonight we'll be playing Beneath a Metal Sky, a Dread one-shot adventure. So before we get into our adventure Beneath the Metal Sky, this episode will be our character creation episode. If you're interested in jumping directly to the adventure, there will be a card that pops up where you can click on that and jump directly into our adventure. But before we get into character creation, I'm going to have my players introduce themselves.
Hi there, I'm Jenny Ottoway.
Daniel Peterson.
Justin Briscoe.
I am the other Daniel Shelden.
Perfect. And I'm Martin Baker, in case you haven't watched the channel before. If you haven't, subscribe! Blink! Okay. Beneath the Metal Sky is an adventure set in the black void of space. You guys are a salvage team heading towards the ISS Arbok. It is a colony ship that transports colonists from outer rim territories or colonies to other colonies. So it usually crews about 100 people, maybe a little bit more. So it has been reported missing in space. It had left a port, sailing towards a new destination, and it has been missing from that port. It never arrived, and it's been a few weeks since it was supposed to have arrived. And so you guys have been hired to kind of follow in its footsteps and see if you can track it down and find out what happened to the ship. So we have a small salvage team crew. Your ship will be just the four of you. Okay, so each one of them has picked a questionnaire, filled out that questionnaire, and now we'll be sharing their answers and kind of defining our crew and individual crew members. So I'm going to have, let's go ahead and start with the captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm the captain. I am Captain Jonathan Polk. Or just Captain Polk, or just John.
Very laid back.
Yep. I'm very laid back. In fact,
Can we call you JP?
you cannot.
Okay,
I have my
that's
limits.
too casual.
I have my limits.
Only his ex-wife calls him JP.
And we don't want to go back there.
No, that's why he left the inner colonies in the first place.
So my very first question, as captain of your ship, what part of your management style upsets your superiors and why? I am too informal with my crew. And
He slept with every one of you.
everyone.
I'm not against that.
That upset your superiors, but not your inferiors.
Yeah, you guys didn't know what has happened yet.
My superiors are all upset because they think that means my crew won't respect me, but, I know my crew.
Oh, also, before we get any further into character creation, all of the content in tonight's Beneath the Metal Sky one-shot will be featured adult language and adult content, so proceed with caution. Carry on.
Fuck.
So our ship is named the Maru.
The Maru.
The Maru.
Okay.
As in like the Kobayashi?
No, just the Maru.
Okay.
And she was named after an exotic tryst that I had some fun with once and have never been able to forget.
Cameron's a bit of a ladies and gentleman man, isn't he?
There are plenty of delights to be had.
Space is a big place.
That's right.
Lots of freaks out there.
When my last ship was destroyed, I risked my life to save a rare collection of compact discs from the 21st century.
Whoa. One of which was his favorite artist.
It is this really ancient artist known as Justin Bieber.
Whoa.
I knew it was coming, and I didn't
I was
want to
going to throw out Spice Girls, but I was going to let you give you enough rope to hang yourself.
We're
Perfect.
going to try a heroic sacrifice.
I'm going to heroic sacrifice
No,
the Bieber
I'm out.
reference. Yeah. Did the captain have Bieber fever?
No, these are like a historical collection.
Oh.
But he still listens to them. But like that was probably his most rare.
When music was primitive,
Right.
and terrible.
And there was a big
Music is
purge that
terrible.
happened in the late 21st century where a bunch of people went around and kind of eliminated some of this inferior music. And so these Bieber CDs are really hard to come by.
Like Skrillex.
Mm-hmm.
He eliminated all the Biebers. Okay. All right, moving on.
The class I enjoyed the most at the academy was xenobiology, and I didn't excel in it because I couldn't pronounce or spell any of the names of the things in it.
Were you just trying to pick up alien chicks?
Maybe.
Like in Japanese class? For all them nerds out there. Ah, busted!
I know what you
busted! Busted!
Oh, that doesn't go over well.
Deal. Next.
The food that most people like that I can't stand is cheese, because it is nothing but funny tasting bacteria.
Okay.
And that just doesn't sit well with me. I have a phobia that developed during my very first mission, That phobia is true silence.
True
Like
silence.
being isolated from communications. And it's interfered because like I have to have comm channels open all the time. Because there was a real bad accident and floating through space with no sound, being truly alone.
Is pretty haunting.
Because of a terrible injury, I have had a very sordid career. You had to have part of your body replaced by cybernetics. I had both of my arms replaced up to the shoulder,
Okay.
so I just am kind of robot arms. And of course, I only wear tank tops because
Yeah.
Robot.
I mean, you
arms.
gotta show off those robot
Right.
Yeah,
guns.
you gotta show off the guns.
it is
Yep.
nice work that was done.
Was it a tragic masturbating accident?
It was
is-
a tragic airlock accident,
That's right,
so
that's
a little
right.
bit of both.
Are these
Yeah.
robot arms? Are they like cyborg or android skin arms?
They are
Robot arms.
like android skin arms.
Okay.
Or no, like they are metallic skinned arms. So like
Okay.
it looks like skin, but it's metallic.
Alright, so it's not like disguising it.
Right.
Gotcha.
No, if they were disguising, I probably wouldn't wear the tank tops.
But
Wait,
it's
so
not
do you look
that.
like Jax?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was a character because I was also like, wait, that also sounds like Twisted Metal because there was a guy with metal
Yeah.
arms. Yeah.
Axel.
Axel, yeah.
And now I'm thinking about Twisted Metal.
Not a bad place.
Even though your record was wiped clean, what haunts you from your past? I was the sole survivor of the very first ship I was on before I was like a captain and in leadership. I was just a crew member. I followed protocol when shit hit the fan, and I got out and nobody else did.
Now, did that link to your phobia of true silence?
Yeah.
Where you were out in
Because I was
space?
truly alone.
Okay.
And stranded. I find myself often envious of other characters. I'm really envious of Ace because I wish I could fly again. The captain's chair is not a chair of action.
No, it's a chair of reaction and leadership.
My quarters are decorated with old posters of like rock bands.
Okay. From these
Yeah.
ancient CDs.
Fortunately, the image files survived, but the music files did not, so I've been able to print out posters.
So you have Beep posters.
A couple.
I like that it's a couple, but your captain's quarters are pretty small. This is a pretty tiny ship, so
Yeah.
a couple means pretty much one wall.
Just about.
Yeah.
Your ship docked with a seemingly abandoned space hulk. Why are you there? So we've heard some rumors, like we're here for the investigation as well, but we heard rumors that this colony vessel was also carrying some very precious cargo,
Okay.
somewhat illegal cargo,
Deal.
and we are here to liberate it,
Deal.
assuming the rumors were true. And then, of course, the last one, my name is John Polk.
Do we all
Deal.
know about this side mission?
I assume that'll be part of our initial briefing once we
Gotcha.
get started.
Yeah. And with this small of a crew, and especially you being so informal with them, they probably know
Yeah, like-
that you guys rob as many ships as
Okay.
you salvage.
We don't just go to just look at stuff.
I mean, I am a paragon of my morals.
Wow, nice. All right, so who? Go ahead and pick someone to go next. Kind of your right hand.
So we have
man
our
or
chain of
woman.
command. We've got like what a medic,
Pilot.
pilot,
/ navigator and technician.
and a technician. I think our pilot is probably my right hand.
Deal.
Okay.
Ace, let's hear it.
So normally, a navigator of your skill would not be assigned to this sort of ship. Why are you here? The reason I came up with is at the academy, I basically told all authority to go fuck themselves. My family is a very military family, and I hated it. I rebelled against authority whenever I could, and I was very, very talented as a pilot and a navigator, and I was supposed to go on and be part of the military ships, but I pissed off one too many people in the academy, and I got kicked out. But I had all these piloting skills, and so I was assigned to the ship.
Perfect.
But what did you write?
I wrote punishment.
Yeah, Ace wrote down one-word answers, but
He's saying a lot, but there's only one word there.
Yep.
Where did I get that scar? I have a scar right across my eye from a training exercise at the academy.
A training?
A training
Train.
exercise.
Okay.
Train accident.
I trained.
I essentially it was a sparring duel, and I basically told this guy that I could take him and all of his buddies. So all of his buddies came after me and started beating me to a pulp, and I didn't give a shit until one of them pulled a knife and tried to go for my eye, and I ducked but got the scar.
A bit of a wild card, that Ace.
Yes. Why don't you like being the age you are? I'm very, very young.
Okay.
I was kicked out of the academy just before I could graduate, but I was even young in the academy. So I don't feel like I get the respect I deserve based on the talents that I have.
Deal. Also, too, when other people are talking about their character, feel free to, you can flip your sheet over and write down whatever notes you want about other characters and stuff like that, just to inform role-playing and interactivity later. Continue.
You are normally very close to your family, but recently have fallen out of touch. Why? They feel dishonored from me being kicked out of the academy and me having to join this scavenger ship, so they're just not very happy with me.
Plus,
Scavengers.
They lived at
We are
Zegama Beach.
liberators.
Plus, they lived at Zegama Beach, and that was
too.
just wiped out,
Yeah.
unfortunately. A very tragic accident.
It's on the outer rim, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Luckily, far away from where we're heading.
Right.
What piece of contraband have you smuggled aboard? Who else knows about it? I actually wrote record player, which I think is amazing. So you've got CDs, I've got one,
And we
one
debate
dirtbag.
about it all the time.
And it asks who else knows about it. And originally I wrote the medic knows, but I think that you have to know about it
Yeah.
because I think we argue over which one is better, CDs or records,
It probably
all the time.
wasn't really hard to smuggle on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When do you feel most alone? I feel most alone just before I fall asleep because during the day I'm able to kind of be very arrogant of I'm the best, I've got this under control, and then right before I fall asleep every now and then I just get those thoughts of your family doesn't love you, you don't deserve this, and I get really, really scared just before I fall asleep. Which member of the crew don't you trust and why? I don't trust the captain because even though he is informal authority, he still has authority over me. And I
doesn't
don't
like
like
it.
it.
And plus, his judgment and music is just terrible.
It's not as good.
It's terrible.
He's really rare, okay?
By the way, I have Billy Joel on record, so just comparing taste over here.
There you go.
Why am I in charge of the inventory? Because I insulted Justin Bieber one too many times, and the captain
It's
threw me
chores, it's a
into
punishment,
the
yeah.
inventory. What hobby do you have that occasionally comes in handy? I love chess. I play chess every single day, often with myself. And so just that being able to plan it out helps a lot with navigating, helps with understanding how things move and such.
Action and reaction.
Mm-hmm. What disease do you fear most and why? I fear Alzheimer's because I don't like anything that deteriorates my brain. If my body goes, then that's fine. But if my brain goes, I'm not okay with
As a
that.
medic, I must tell you it's Alzheimer's.
Yes.
My apologies, Alzheimer's.
Hey, I can't pronounce things.
It's okay. He used to know how to pronounce it, but he forgot.
Stop it.
Oh no!
It's a common
It's
mispronunciation.
setting
Us
in.
medics have to get that news out there.
What did you do during your last shore leave? I got stoned, drunk, and I wrote some poems.
And he's
no.
been trying to share poems with the crew ever since.
No one will have it.
Nope.
Nope.
And what is my name? It is Ace Deadshot. I just go by Ace.
Is that your real name?
That's his Christian
Yes,
Clearly
that is my
That's his
Christian name.
Ace Deadshot.
My dad changed our name when we got really big in the military
You
because
think
we
you
were dead shots.
You think you live at Zegama Beach and name your kids John Poke? No, you do not.
I came from corn country, okay?
All right. So you trust the captain the least.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you trust the most? And that's who will go next.
I think I trust the medic the most.
Okay, perfect.
Alright, my name is Turk Hansen. I am the medic.
Hansen is also another CD that he smuggled out of the wilds.
And I think it's possible that way down the line I'm related to those Hansen
Oh,
brothers.
nice.
Yeah. Where or how did I get my medical training and did I enjoy it? I was trained in the military. I served on a ship that was actually treated a whole bunch of wounded soldiers. So I wasn't on a fighting ship, but it was where they would transfer the soldiers to
Hospital
get
ship.
Yeah, hospital ship. I did enjoy the training, but then taking care of all the soldiers took its toll, and that's why I eventually got out and wanted to get just on a ship that didn't have injuries
Dead
all the
bodies
time.
everywhere,
You picked the wrong ship.
We have yet to die.
Yeah, I was like, there's no dead bodies on this ship. Some of your salvage, maybe.
We used to have a crew of 12.
So where am I in the chain of command on this ship? I am not consulted on anything non-medical.
I think that's why I trust you,
Yeah.
is because you have no authority.
I have zero authority. Medical stuff, that's all me. Anything else, they don't care what I have to say.
And I like that most of the ship's stores are either technical or medical. So his inventory is like, hey, you want to go count all the medicine stuff with me? And you're like, you're very enthusiastic about it because you take very good care of your medicine stuff, but he uses you to help him do inventory.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this is normally, I'm a paragon of my morals. That's not always convenient. There was one regrettable instance when I needed to go against them. There was a patient who was suffering from an extremely deadly and virulent disease. And instead of bringing him on the ship and treating him to save everyone, I left him behind and let him die.
In like a quarantine tomb kind of
Like
thing?
it was, yeah, something like that. So maybe I spaced the dude.
Oh.
And it
Hey,
was
we'll
just
just,
like-
let you hang out in the airlock. It's
Like,
very sanitary.
I gave him some morphine or something to put him to sleep. Just put him in, said the guy's dead, spaced it, so we had to get rid of this disease. The guy was going to die, but I didn't even try to help him.
The greats are good.
Yeah. What can I do that most other people that I know cannot do? I can hold 7 baseballs in one hand.
Jesus
Amazing.
Christ.
He has very strong, big hands.
Are they that big, or are you that good at balancing the balls?
No, that's really strong hands.
These
for
are like
surgery
side
and
by
stuff,
side by
yeah.
side.
So there's like 4 in the palm, and then you put some in between the fingers.
Ladies love him because he has very big hands.
Hands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin, Henson.
Oh.
Does that scan?
Hands.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. It's a man of his people.
The strangest thing I ever witnessed in space is I saw an alien. It was an alien species, and this one particular one survived despite the loss of his entire body. It was just his head, and it kept talking and living on. Who
He's
is
launched him out into space.
until I said, "Ooh, gross." Who was the only one aboard to have ever beaten you at chess? It was originally John until I heard your story. Now it has to be Ace.
Yeah.
So Ace has beat him at chess. I have a romantic interest in Sam, the technician. She knows about this interest and is extremely annoyed by it. It does not affect me at all.
No.
But she does try to avoid me.
Perfect. It's a very small ship, too.
Right.
Apparently,
Yeah.
chess is a really big thing on this ship.
We're at chess doing chips.
Chess and music.
Yeah.
I get a lot of tension headaches.
You know,
And to get rid of those, taking some drugs on the sly out of the med bay.
So what needs to happen is we all just need to talk to each other because we're all druggies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You said you get
You
tension
will
headaches.
be.
Why else do you listen to Bieber, right? If you're not high.
You've got to be.
You said you get tension headaches often,
Yes.
though? Okay.
When we're doing inventory, we tend to let a few pills slide our way.
Is that why inventory takes 2.5 days?
It takes a while.
And our inventory has never been off on medicine because we're in charge of the inventory.
There you
Look,
go.
our ship is less than 1,000 square feet. I don't know why this takes so long.
Then I have the same questions. Either when do you feel most alone? And that's when I have to try to save somebody's life and there's no one around to help. So like on the military ship, you had all kinds of people that would be around, nurses and other doctors, but on this ship, if I have to do something, it's all on me. And then I have something that's dear to me. It's an old Zippo lighter that my father gave to me before he died. And it doesn't even work, but I always keep it on me.
Deal.
I have a somewhat shady past in between getting on this ship and the military ship, or vice versa. I used to sell organs off of patients that died.
no.
I didn't steal organs.
I like how you're a paragon of morality.
I didn't steal them. I just made a profit.
They were already
gonna
dead.
die
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, they were already dead. I didn't steal. I did steal them, but not from somebody who needed them.
We
And
just
then-
forge their signature after they're dead.
And so from this, I
He held
did
their
learn
hand
how
and
to
rolled
lie
it.
and manipulate.
Deal.
Yeah, and that's it.
Deal. So, passing over to your love interest for the final character, let's hear a little bit about Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the technician. My first one is: you have left someone behind that you visit every time you're in port. Who is it, and why can't they come along? And I wrote that it was my grandmother, and she can't come along because grandmas don't do space.
That's true. That's true.
That's a good rule of thumb.
They used
Your
to.
kid has a kid, you
Yep.
have to retire from space.
I also put that she's too old.
Colonial
but
law, yeah.
pretty much grandmas don't do space.
That's the first note I'm putting down.
Yeah, the first campaign notes.
Do space.
That's just canon for this campaign.
We will not encounter
for this
any
one shot.
grandmas in space.
Grandmas don't do space.
You were placed aboard this ship as the technician because you specialize in what sort of drives. I put warp drives to make the ship go fast. Is my
That's
writing.
generally what warp does. Yep.
You suffered some sort of energy. Oh my god, I can't read. You suffered some sort of injury and now have a cybernetic prosthetic. What do you miss the most about having your original body part, and what is the best about having a prosthetic? Well, I lost my arm, and I miss the feeling of touching things, but I also have a badass robot arm that I can connect tools to hold on to, and
We
also
do
it's
robot
pretty
high
strong.
fives all the
We can do
time.
robot high fives, except mine doesn't have any like metallic skin or anything. It's just all the parts and everything that you can see.
Oh,
Was it
it's raw.
Was that a tragic masturbating accident? Don't say yes.
All those airlock
Don't say yes.
accidents.
Don't
I
say
mean,
yes.
tragic's a little.
Yeah, it's so that I can fix it and mess with it really easy. To give yourself that extra kick needed during those life or death 20-hour-long repair sessions, you have become addicted to a stimulant with a somewhat nasty side effect. What is the side effect, and do your shipmates know? I put no, you guys don't know, but that's probably just me thinking that you don't know.
It's like the Weinstein secret. It's known by
Yeah.
everyone, but
Yeah,
nobody talks about
but
it.
nobody
yet.
talks about
Ooh, is that too soon?
This will come out by Halloween. It'll have a couple weeks.
Do you think the drug addict inventory specialist don't know?
No, because I take it when you're taking inventory, and I just.
Why do
Yeah,
you
you
think she
probably
visits
trick us.
Grandma back in port? Once
Yeah.
she stopped being a space farer, she got big into drug dealing.
Yeah.
I'm
Grandmas
going
don't
to
do
visit
space.
Grandma.
I like to think that the captain's just sitting in his captain's chair while the rest of his crew is high off their balls.
Just like face palming. Just
what?
No, he doesn't know. He's
Why
just
is
like,
like-
my crew is so good, I really lucked out.
I mean,
Fourth
to be
shift
fair,
is so slow.
we're 4 people traveling through the depths of space. We're gonna take something.
Yeah.
Also, the side effect is mild hallucinations.
So what was the original drug, though?
Oh,
It didn't say.
no,
It
it's
just say.
just a stimulant.
Okay.
Halix
It's
is
Halix.
a good space drug.
Halix. That.
with
That's
3
from
X's
something.
and 2 Y's.
That's probably like Mass Effect.
You
The
could
more-
just say glitter stem for all those
Glitter
for all those
stem?
fanboys at home.
We can say it's glitter stem. Also, going along with that, the side effect is mild hallucinations. So you guys think I'm just talking to myself when I'm repairing things, because that's what I do, but I'm talking to my hallucinations.
We also sometimes think you're talking to us when we walk by while we're high.
Yeah.
We had a couple conversations that you haven't remembered.
Nope.
That also didn't make sense.
They were really weird.
The next one is, how did your sister die? And I wrote that she died in an airplane crash.
We still use airplanes?
Yeah, because I'm the
my
first
God.
one in my
They're
family
like-
to go to space.
They're like a luxury
Question.
thing, you know? Only the really rich people still use airplanes, and it's only for recreational purposes.
It's like how we still
She
have
wasn't
blimps.
on the
Yeah.
airplane. It just crashed in.
It crashed into her.
Tragic airplane crash.
And then they were banned from aerospace.
That was the
yeah.
last airplane.
So the question to go along with that is, you're the first member of your family to go into space, and why? And I said I'm the only one of my family to graduate high school, let alone college. We don't know how that happened. The drug addiction happened later.
And most importantly, there's no airplanes in space.
There's no airplanes in space.
Definitely no grandmas on airplanes. In
And no one
space.
can hear you scream.
Grandmas don't do space. In what ways would you be better suited for your boss's job? I originally wrote that I don't get angry as fast as you do, but that doesn't work with your storyline. So I put that I know the ship the best, so I would be better than all of them, because it's
Oh,
my
yep.
ship, because I fix it.
You know the ins and outs.
Yep.
Or-
She also thinks she would be a better pilot than Ace Hotshot stabbed in the face.
And
Ace
Shot.
Dead Shot.
sorry.
Which
Deadshot.
for sure was not because we're doing a Dread one shot.
There you go.
Also, my note for you is
Oh, I
just
hate
Scar, is that you are
It
Scar.
genuinely wasn't.
I hate you still.
What question was that? Oh, what was the worst decision you ever made due to your stim habit? And I put that I led to someone's death. So my thinking is that I was trying to fix the ship, and due to my hallucinations, I either one, thought that there wasn't anybody in the one section that I like turned air and life support off to, or two, some other way, my fixing the ship
Sent like an
sent
engineer
them
technician
off,
to their
yeah.
death or something.
Yep.
Yeah, tag out, man.
Yep.
That's important.
We still have a picture of Kermit up in the mess.
Yeah, he's
Kermit?
Yeah, that was his name.
Yeah.
always with us,
In the
never
future,
forgot.
Kermit is a very popular name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. After
Hey,
Senator
Kermit.
Kermit, the frog.
Kermit the
He's
frog
up for
here.
frog people. Thank you.
What scared you most as a child? I was terrified of not ever getting out of my hometown, so I visit my grandma and that's it. I don't talk to the rest of my family.
I
What
like
is?
that you were scared of like leaving your hometown and now you're going to distant colonies.
No,
of
I was scared
different
of
planets.
never getting out of my
Yeah,
hometown.
Yeah, but you were like, you know what? You know what'll get me out of my hometown? Going to different
Yeah.
worlds very
Fuck
far
this
away.
planet.
Yeah. Yep. What is your filth threshold? I wrote that I hate to clean unless it's mechanical parts of the ship. So like my shop is clean, but then like where I actually sleep and stuff is not.
Laundry day is the 13th of the month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Only when it lands on a Friday.
Oh, jeez. Jesus. Good luck.
Yesterday you were busy.
Yeah, she did laundry yesterday. Then we're playing on Friday, Saturday the 14th.
And then a ship like this requires a lot of funds. Where do these funds come from? How do you feel about the source of these funds? And I just wrote that they come from some, I think I wrote pharmaceutical company, but I just mean like some giant bigwig company, and that I don't really care. I should care. Morals should make me care, but they don't.
That's what they tell her.
They might come from a land down under.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well, and that would make sense for why the medic is one of the fourth crew members instead of, another technician or something.
Yeah.
But it also makes sense why you guys might salvage a little bit more scrap on the side too, because those pharmaceutical evil corporations might pay for top dollar for all that extra stuff.
And I think that's all my questions.
Deal.
My name is Sam, which is short for Samantha.
Deal. So that is our character creation episode. We'll do some very baseline mechanics and explanation in before we begin our actual first part of Beneath the Metal Sky. So that is it for this episode. Once again, here in the outro, we'll have a link to the very first episode of our adventure. It'll be in the outro. There you go.
Still to come.
Perfect. See you soon. Before we begin our adventure, I want to make a warning that we are adults playing an adult. We are adults.
Are we?
Kind of.
Are we?
We don't want to be.
Legally.
I have kittens on my shirt.
I've got Teen Titans on my shirt.
Deal. Okay, so we're maybe not adults.